Alright, here we are, and we're into Champs League now. Just in the ban phase, and we see Zed banned out to begin with. So obviously they don't want to deal with him. Nautilus ban. Nautilus is a very strong jungle these days. And we're just getting Scott back in the stream. And you here, Scott?
Yes sir, what's up?
Oh, not much. We're just in the picks and bans. We've seen Zed and Nautilus banned so far.
Alright, let me just jump into the thing so I can see.
And Nautilus, you see quite a lot of Naut these days, and we see a Shen ban, that's quite common as well in the top lane. They obviously don't want to deal with that Shen ult. And Kassadin banned out as well. Kassadin seeing a bit of a resurgence now in sort of competitive scene.
Especially in the Oceanic region. That is one of the most picked or most banned champions right now on our server, especially in the higher levels. A couple of guys like Keith Swiffer, a couple of the immunity guys, very, very good on that Kassadin. Scary, scary champion.
We see Elise banned out as well, and that's quite common in sort of high-level games. Elise still very strong. I mean, she did just receive a fairly big nerf there, and we see Blitz banned out, but Thresh is still open, so we'll have to see if one of the team goes for that.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the yellow robot at the moment. I feel like Thresh does everything he does better. Blitz is a bit of a one-hook wonder, but the utility Thresh provides is above and beyond, really.
Yeah, and I have heard that said before, that Blitz is sort of... Thresh, when you hook, a lot of the time you're all in. Like, you hook and then you bounce into the team, whereas Thresh, Blitz can pick off that player a little bit easier, just because he pulls them directly into your team, but you're right, I mean, if you don't land that hook, or if you hook the wrong person, then he doesn't provide too much utility. I mean, his 0.5 second silence on his ult doesn't really do a great deal. I mean, it's good for interrupting, but it's not sort of game-changing.
No, you're completely correct.
I'm happy about Cass coming back, because he was my most played champion Season 1, Season 2, so I like it. He's coming back.
Nice, yeah. It's just so strong. He's one of the only ability power hyper carries with like that level of mobility. So you really can just be around the map, in your face, messing your stuff up. He does it so well. Exactly.
I remember reading a guide one time after I'd played quite a bit of Kassadin, saying that one of Kassadin's flaws is he drops off late game, and I thought, what are you talking about? Like, Kassadin only gets stronger and stronger.
Yeah, he really only does to get, like, as soon as he gets some mana, as soon as he can stack up Rift Walks, the damage is just ridiculous.
And we do see Thresh picked up by the opposing team, so interesting here. I mean, W5 going for that Thresh pick, and HFL obviously not too concerned. They picking up that Janna, which I don't know. Would you think we might see a Janna Caitlyn lane, something like that, come out?
I'd like to see a Janna Caitlyn lane. I haven't seen that in quite a while. It's kind of mixing like the passive support with the right now very aggressive Caitlyn. Caitlyn is one of those champions that just loves stomping all over your AD carries. Has that additional 100 range, so.
Looks like they might go for that Trist pick again. They seem to be quite comfortable with Trist.
Yep, Trist is very strong at the moment. Very good against Nasus as well. That explosive shot applies grievous wounds, so that Nasus ultimate isn't going to be quite as effective. So I like it. It's a good pick. Alright, and we are seeing Vi locked in as well. Haven't seen much Vi lately. I definitely like that champion though. So much gank potential. Has nice HP percentage damage as well against those tanky targets. It's always good to have a Vi on your team, in my opinion.
Yep, and of course once you hit level 6 there, you just immediately go to the lane, right-click someone, and hopefully pick up a kill. And I hope that Jax get locked in. Jax is another one of my favorite heroes. I always like seeing a Jax.
Yeah, I know that your Jax top is pretty notorious, so you'll be able to comment on his build and items, so it'll be good. Alright, so I think that Jax has been locked in, and we're just waiting on the next person to pick their hero. So it looks like they might have to pick support or mid lane next. Sorry, AD carry or mid lane next, and it's probably better to pick that mid laner.
I wonder if we will. I wonder if we will see HFL pick up that Malphite again, because Malphite is quite a strong pick for this Jax. I mean, once Jax gets level 6, you have to, you have to play a lot better than you usually would to win that lane if you're playing Jax with Malphite.
So yeah, Malphite has that attack speed slow, and do you think that's enough of a counter to stop this Jax just being the hyper carry?
It can be at times. I mean, Jax, you can still do quite well in that lane because a lot of your damage is actually magic. In fact, they might be going for the Singe pick here, which would be interesting because a lot of Jax's damage is magic with his Empower and with his third hit on his ult. So you can sort of get around the Malphite a little bit that way, but it looks like they are just going to go for that Singe.
Singe would be a cool pick. I feel like they don't have the kind of damage that they need at the moment to get through Singed on W5's team. I mean, Jax can definitely lock him down, but Singe is so slippery, it would be very hard to stop him from doing what he does best.
Yeah, I suppose one thing for Jax there is in playing Jax against Singe in the past, you can actually farm quite well, because Singe, apart from that fling, doesn't really have a whole lot to stop you, and if he flings you, you can just jump to a creep or jump away. So we'll have to see how that lane goes.
Yeah, it should be an interesting one to say in the least.
Teemo. That's going to be interesting. Is he trolling us? I have a feeling he might be trolling us.
It'd be cool if he does lock it in, but I have a feeling that,
Teemo is actually one of the top Singe counters, so he could go top and see the Jax win. No, he's just trolling us. Alright, we are... Oh, Heimerdinger. Come on, lock it in, lock it in.
I would like to see a donger.
And...
Any donger is fine. Ahri being soft locked. Alright, Ahri locked in. Damn. There was potential there for some troll pick, but raise your dongers.
And we have seen Ahri locked in there. So what are your thoughts on the matchup here, particularly in bot lane? Seems like Thresh Virus is a very, very strong early game player.
Very strong, very aggressive. Works well early, scales well into the mid game. Not going to have the damage there late game. Will have the utility, however. It looks
we see another interesting matchup in the late game here, because we do have the Tristana and the Singe on one side, but on the other we do have that Jax and the Nasus in the jungle. I mean, what are your thoughts on Nasus in jungle? Does he scale decently into late game, or does he just not get enough siphoning strikes to pump up that queue?
I feel like they're going to play him like the way Meteos plays him in the NA/LCS. Basically, you roam down through the lanes, use the Spirit Fire to push down turrets early, get that presence known, get the lanes shoving. So it's not really late game at all if you go for these objectives fast and just try and make the game over before they're even ready for it. So
and
you can definitely play it that way.
Is Meteos that Cloud9's jungler?
Yes, he is.
Oh, yeah, Cloud9 tearing up there.
Yeah, I am definitely part of the Cloud9 hype train. I do have the summoner icon. I did purchase that. Huge respect for those guys. I think they're something like 13-2 at the moment. I'll go look it up. But yeah, wow.
Nice. Yeah, and I suppose Nasus as well, what you see quite, unless it's the meta's changed in my absence, it seems quite often he'll get that level 6 and go straight for Dragon if he can. Just because that ult with the percentage damage can just shred it down so quickly.
Yeah, they can. Just solo it by himself. And Cloud9 is 19-2. I just checked.
19-2.
Yeah.
Wow.
It hurts.
It's good to see a new NA team coming through though, because I know North America's been quite weak relative, in my opinion, compared to Europe and some of the Asian teams. So I don't know, maybe Cloud9 can bring some respect back.
Redeem us, yeah. I certainly hope so. And they're definitely the team that does have the potential from this NA/LCS. So wouldn't be surprised if they are the ones to make it all okay again. Alright, so we are in the 3-minute delay. We will be getting into the game shortly. I can't see the delay myself, so Lissandra against Ahri in the mid lane. That's an interesting lane. I do like Lissandra though, because even though Ahri is going to be dashing around, Lissandra can just lock her down instantly with that ultimate, that Frozen Tomb, and it kind of removes Ahri's like high mobility, like dodge the skill shots, get out of damage-free card that she does seem to have. So that Lissandra was a nice pick against Ahri.
Yep, and I don't know, who would you give the team comp to here? I feel both teams have drafted fairly strong teams, actually. I think
it's going to be very dependent on the laning phase, I think.
Yeah, I feel, I don't know, my call for this game, I'm just going to throw it out there, I think a lot of this game could come down to that top lane with that Jax versus Singe. If either of those heroes are allowed to just free farm out of control, then it's going to be very tough to deal with it. Because you're right when you said they don't really seem to have that damage to deal with that Singe quickly. Like, they don't have a lot of burst in there. So if he's allowed to get big and just runs on with poison, laughing away, it could be tough.
Yeah, it can be very tough. I'm always so hesitant in picking like a non-hyper carry team against a Singed. A non-hyper carry AD carry against a Singed, because I don't feel like anyone else can blow through them as quick as they need to. It's just a very hard thing.
And yeah, guys, remember to comment in stream if there's anything we could be doing better, particularly myself. I'm a little bit new to the shoutcasting game. Trying to do the people's whisper proud, but, you know, can only do my best. But if you'd like to shout out to anyone, let us know. We're more than happy to oblige.
Yeah, most definitely. Alright, so, stay tuned, next game starting soon. We should be getting to the loading screen very shortly, and this game will be underway. It'll be cool to see what skins these guys are running, as those champions do have some cool skins.
See, Galactic Nest. Oh, Nemesis Jax, I like it. That's the skin I run on Jax as well, so shout out to Sleepwalker X.
I think that it's also a skin on sale at the moment.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
There we go, 3 skins to 2 on purple team, so they've got the advantage before the game's even started. Because as everyone knows, if you have a skin, it obviously means you're good at the game. And with that hero.
Yeah, it does. I think you play better with skins. I do with some champions, like the attack animations and stuff change a little bit. I do feel like it can play a stronger Corki if I'm playing Earthrider Corki.
Yeah, and I've heard from the People's Whisperer himself actually that some skins actually aren't allowed in tournament play. Like that.
Yep, you're completely correct. Skins that change everything too much, so that the hero is unrecognizable to someone unfamiliar with the game, aren't allowed. So I guess that makes sense. They want to be the game to be as accessible as humanly possible. So they do ban out skins that change everything a little bit too much.
Which does bring up an interesting point actually. Like, in your opinion, does that mean some of those skins could be a little bit overpowered even? I'm thinking particularly Iblitz, the one, his hook looks strange.
Yeah,
compared to normal.
Honestly, and when Iblitz first came out, it was almost like an invisible hook as well. They did have to hotfix that and change it into something more recognizable, because he was hooking people and you just didn't know what was coming. Like, you just couldn't see it. The animation was so tiny, and Blitz was free ELO for a couple of hours before they got onto that.
Did they actually change the hook?
They did. Yep, they made the animation much more prevalent, so you could tell when it was coming at you.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good change. We see our purple team with that gold lead already, so does that mean that Janna isn't running the gold mastery?
Let me just double check for you. It looks like Janna hasn't got any points in greed, you're correct. So she's sitting on 475 starting gold. A little bit unconventional. Usually you do pick up that extra 50 gold so you can get another ward or a couple of HP pots. Or even just pick up that fairy charm.
And we've got a shout out to William Yell. Apparently hooked up with a fat guy to Internet Cafe, so well done, William.
Congrats, man.
You've got a shout out from Hoonstar.
Alright, so the teams are just setting up. It looks like blue team is playing very defensively. They've set up a line along their own jungle entrances, just in case anyone was thinking of invading. Whereas the red team have set in the bush beside their natural blue buff, and they're looking maybe to defend against an invade, or maybe even invade themselves.
We see that Janna sort of just camped out to prevent that invade into red. But she has to be careful here, because particularly with that Thresh hook, she could be in trouble.
And it looks like they are going to creep into this bush, and Janna might be the get face checked here.
Janna's in trouble.
Nice tornado.
Oh, not
flash the charm though.
Very nice flash and very nice charm. I think we have to give props to both of those guys there. That charm definitely was hitting, and I believe that Janna flashed it in midair, so well done to her. I mean, good work from Ari. That's a 5-minute cooldown wasted, only 1 minute and 30 seconds into the game.
Yep, and that is going to be quite a big cooldown as well. 300 seconds. She isn't taking anything to reduce the cooldown of summoner spells, which is really interesting. I'm actually going to look up Janna's masteries, because that is interesting to me, that she hasn't got that 21 points in utility.
Yeah, or at least enough to spec into the gold. I mean, maybe decided to go 21 for defense.
That could be good against the early game Varus and Thresh. Let's see if it works out for him. So I'm just looking him up.
And we see both teams picking up that blue buff pretty quickly. We might see Vi actually going for an invade on that red. That's quite ambitious, really.
Yeah, it is.
Red team's actually got their own red warded.
Yeah. Has started the buff. Nessus is not doing anything at the moment. He might come around and try smite steal that away. It looks like Vi is just leaving. She might have spotted Nasus there.
Yeah, I feel it. Another flash down. I felt Nasus overcommitted there slightly. I felt like he could have just started on his raids, waited for that red to get low, and got Ari to creep up into his jungle and gone for the kill there once the Vi was a little bit low. Instead, he showed himself, the Vi just backed off. I mean, it did waste a bit of the Vi's time, but I don't know, there could have been a potential for first blood there.
Yeah, most definitely. So, Cinch is doing pretty well in this top lane so far. He's got surprisingly good CS considering how Jax can pressure him early.
Yep, we might see, the Jax is level 2 now, so we might see a gank come down to the top lane, and Nasus is just hanging around that tri-brush. Singe doesn't have it warded. I think we are going to see a gank on the Singe there.
Singe doesn't have flash either, he just has Ghost. He hasn't used Ghost just yet. With it, he's down. Ghost is up.
Has Jax not picked up stun? That's interesting, I guess.
He's got Empower and Leaf Strike, so no, he does not have that counter strike, so his stun is not up.
I really do prefer going Leaf Strike level 1, stun level 2 a lot of the time. It just allows you to have that game potential. With Leaf and just Empower, you don't have much. I mean, once you leap, you're just sitting there right clicking.
Yep, that's completely true. So he's level 3 now, he has the potential to make a play, but the creep wave is pushing like very aggressively towards his tower, so he probably doesn't want to miss any of that CS, and will probably just sit back and farm until the opportunity presents itself.
And we do see Tristana's actually picked up 1 level of each of her abilities there, so perhaps she's going for the early max in that queue.
Let me have a look. It looks like it, yeah. Which is kind of interesting. You can pretty much make anything you want.
We see actually Jack's going on that Singe there, and Nasus coming. Can he get the Wither off? Oh no, he doesn't get there in time. That could have been really interesting if he did get that Wither off, because the Singe actually did burn his Ghost in that earlier gank.
Yep, and Ghost has, let me just check, 140 seconds left on its cooldown, so
and
big opportunity for a gag window.
I thought I just saw a crit come out from that Varus there, so maybe he must be running crit runes, or it might have been Tristana, I'm not quite sure. I just saw a big red number come up. And we see Vi going in for a gank on this Ari here. And Flash is down, and no, they're just going to back out. Sandra did actually burn his Ignite there, but that's probably a good trade for him, Flash for Ignite.
The ratio does land on the Tristana. Lots of damage going down. Rocket jumps away, it's going to be just fine, I think.
I felt he may have, I don't know, exhaust was wasted there in my opinion. What do you think? It seemed like the Tristana was always going to rocket jump away.
Yeah, I think it was. Maybe he thought he could use his Flay to cancel rocket jump. Flash would still be up though, so maybe it was a little bit.
Nasus coming in. He's actually burnt Ghost, and he's going in for. He's got red buff going for a gank on Singe. Singe is a lot of trouble here, but Jax has to be careful because if he gets flung,
Ignite is down, but it looks like he's just gonna walk away.
He's just gonna walk away.
Jax has to flash though. I'm not sure it was worth that gank because Nasus used Ghost, Jax used Flash and Ignite. And Singe is just going to teleport back into lane for HP for mana.
Yeah, I felt like there was a little bit of a communication breakdown there. I'm not sure if Jax's Leap Strike was down already, but it seemed that he could have tried to sneak into brush and land that Leap Strike plus his stun. I mean, obviously he was concerned about that fling, and we see Singe teleporting back into lane here. Obviously he would have been concerned about that fling, but it just felt that they could have done better with that gang. Particularly because Singe,
they definitely could have.
And his Ghost was down, he had no boots, he had nothing really, all he had was walking away. So the team's just sort of settling down here. Blue team does have that pink ward in the tri-brush, so perhaps we'll see a gank from Nasus. And Nasus has really been focusing on that top lane, but he hasn't got much out of it yet, so he's not going to be too happy with that, I feel.
No, he's not. The buff rotation is going to start up in another minute, so Nasus and Vi have about 30-35 seconds window where there's nothing crucial for them to be doing.
We see actually Vi heading towards that Nasus into the jungle there, and that's actually very, very low. His Ghost is down. Vi might be able to pick up first blood here. Let's see what he does. Oh, he does get that Wither off. Well done. On charm onto the Ari here. And sorry, onto the Vi. Sandra coming in, and no, it's just going to be an Ignite down. And I mean, that is the power of Nasus. I mean, you'll wither someone and just walk away.
Walk away, yeah.
And Singe actually doing really, really well in this top lane against that Jax. He's up, what, about 15 CS? 15 CS there, so particularly for an early game Singe, I mean, Singe can have a little bit of trouble early, but once he gets that level 6, and once he gets a few items, he can just farm away. I feel like Jax really has to try and take advantage of the Singe's item build. I mean, he has gone tears, which is quite common, but Jax really needs to try and take advantage of the fact that he's gone that he's got that flask, got that tears, so he's not gonna have much HP. He's not gonna have much AP right now.
No, not for a little bit. Tear is definitely the item to go on Singe though, so it's gonna scale so well into the late game.
And if we have if we have a quick look at the gold here, we see Singe has actually pulled out to 400 gold lead already. So well done for him there. And if we just have a quick look at the gold in general, it seems relatively even aside from that. So I mean, Nasus and Vi is about 200 gold up. Although actually, sorry, that Lissandra is 500 gold up on that Ari. So Brian DJ is doing really, really well in that mid lane. Oh wait, no, sorry, I had that completely wrong. My apologies, guys. It's only 100 gold. I was comparing the wrong numbers there.
That's alright. And Lissandra is pretty dominant in this mid lane. Ari's keeping up in CS though, so that's pretty good. Ari does have a blue buff. Lissandra hasn't picked up hers. Vi actually took that one away to get a level 6 early, so...
And we do see Nasus up to 48 on a siphoning strike. I suppose you do get plus 6 from all those big jungle creeps, so you can get a few stacks built up there.
48 at this point in time is pretty good, all things considered. It's definitely going to help him out late game, and if he can just keep it up, if he can be patient and make sure he does the last hit the right creeps.
And we see the Singe here looking to farm. Oh, Jack's stun doesn't go off, unfortunately. It ran out before he could land that leap strike. And he has used his ult, he has used Ghost, and he's just going to walk away.
That's another ignite down from Jax though. Using that ignite is pretty much all the kill potential in my opinion. Singe is just going to be so tanky otherwise. He's just used that insanity potion as well, and it's just farming out.
Yeah, you're definitely right. I suppose at least that ignite would have cancelled out a little bit of the healing there on that Singe ult, but you're right, without that ignite it's very difficult for Jax to make a play here. I'm interested in his build actually as well. Looks like he might be going for that Vampiric Scepter just to get a bit more sustain in lane. But
yeah, it could be Blade of the Rune Rush, in my opinion.
Yeah, we see actually Ari wandering down into blue team's jungle here, but she is spotted out by Vi and just going to go back to mid lane and farm. We see actually purple team does have the ward advantage here. They've got a nice 3 wards down to bots, ward up in that top lane there.
Yeah, and we are 10 minutes into the game, and the gold is exactly even. 10.6k to 7.6k.
Yep.
Slight changes here and there, but...
And we still haven't seen first blood come out, so it's a fairly close game. And we see Nasus has got that level 6 now, so we'll have to see if he does go down towards Dragon. It is warded up by the blue team though, so he will get spotted out if he does go for it.
Yeah, definitely a good idea to pick up a pink ward if he wants to try to do that. Varus is beating Tristana quite a bit in CS at the moment. I think it's pretty normal for Tristana though. Her explosive shot ruins so much CS.
We do see a big gang coming down here by the red team. They're going to spot out Vi, and actually I guess I can't see him. Oh no, it's watered out. There we go. It's just going to waste a little bit of the time. What are your thoughts on that early cutlass onto the barrage there? Does that help out a bit with your kill potential, just with that slow on your E as well, the pull?
I think it would if it wasn't against Tristana who can peel away so well.
And we see this could be first one here onto Lissandra. Yep, and there we go. Ari's picked it up. Very nice play from her there.
Lissandra might have actually been able to live if she did use her ultimate, that Frozen Tomb on herself for the invulnerability to outlast the ignite, but it would have been very close. Vi actually trying to kill the Ari as well.
No, his ult is down. So I think he's going for the dive. Oh no, he's not. He's going to back out. Probably a good call to back out there. I'm not sure if he can damage down. And we see another guy going down into the Singe. So they're putting a lot of work into trying to get him down, but unfortunately he's just going to insanity potion and run away yet again.
It's so hard to gank a slippery Singe. And Nasus and Jax are actually taking so much damage from that poison trail.
Yeah, they're really hurting themselves with all the focus on that Singe. I believe that's the 3rd or 4th gank on them, and they still haven't picked up a kill. It just takes away... I mean, it just allows the blue team to, I don't know, farm a bit more safely, knowing that Nasus is just up in top lane the whole time.
Yeah, most definitely. And Singe is actually 30 CS up on the Jax now. Has picked up that giant spell, getting very tanky. He's probably going to go the standard build of Riley's Crystal Scepter, Leandra's Torment, Thornmails, and Seraph's Embrace. So very, very strong Singe build we're going to see.
Yeah, and he did pick up that very early tear, so that's just going to be stacking up nicely for him. I suppose one thing I haven't mentioned, which I probably should have, is that Nasus might be focusing on that top lane just because, if we have a look at mid there, Lissandra's got an escape tool. Oh, nice looking pressure onto Tristana, but he made his rocket jump. Oh, he managed to cancel the rocket jump with his play, and a lot of damage coming out here. Will they be able to pick up the kill? Janna ults up, and no. They do force a flash though, they do force an exhaust. So all in all, very nice. I mean, I really like the cancel on that rocket jump, the fresh with this play. So well done, Jax.
Yeah, pro skills to cancel that rocket jump. Rocket jump is one of those horrible abilities that can pretty much be cancelled by absolutely everything, but you have to have like the reaction times to cancel it. So, well played by Jax on Thresh to do that.
And we do see Tristana being forced to recall here, so we are going to see Red Team put a lot of pressure onto this turret. They might actually be able to pick it up. Janna's going to do her best to stop it. We do see Vi and Lissandra collapsing down, and Varus is pretty intent on getting this turret down. They don't have a ward and tri-brush, so Lissandra's going to be able to sneak in there alright, and there she comes in with the gap close, and an ult down onto Tristana, onto the Varus, sorry, and they are going to pick up that kill. So just a nice play from Lissandra there, recognizing that they were going to go for that turret and just collapsing down quickly.
And Vi's ultimate is up in 1 second. She does fire that on the Thresh. Lots of damage coming down. This might be a tower dive. Exhaust is good. Looks like Kino Shedder on Janna actually picks up the kill there. That's unfortunate, but that was a 2-for-0 trade. They didn't get the kill on Triss, they didn't get the kill on Janna, and they didn't take the turret. So well played by the blue team. So
I think Red Team's really going to be kicking themselves there. I mean, they did manage to force that Tristana back, and just the lack of the ward in that tri-bus just got them caught out. It went from them being ahead in lane to just giving up 2 kills for softly, really, in my opinion.
Yeah, they didn't have the tri-brush ordered, and
actually,
very different.
Nasus coming out. I thought Nasus might be going in for a gank on that Vi there, but he's just happy to farm up. And yeah, this Jax is really having a tough time over in top lane.
Nasus taxing like Obama in the bottom lane. It's probably quite necessary. Vi and the jungler opposite him has something like 32 CS higher, so that's really interesting. If we're looking at the gold difference between Vi and Nasus, Vi is sitting on 3.6 and Nasus is sitting on 2.9, so 700 gold advantage for this Vi, and it definitely makes a difference at this point in the game.
Yep, and we see Ari picking up blue off there, so we'll just have another quick look at the gold just to Scott, and we see that Singed is almost 1,000 gold up on the Jack, 100, only 14 minutes in, so he's done really well for himself there. And mid lane looks relatively even. The bot lane, relatively even as well, so it's just really that Singe doing good work for his team.
Yeah, Singe has almost double his opponent's CS and has picked up a Null Magic Mantle now, which is a good item because Jax has so many AP ratios. It will really help in mitigating that damage that Jax does bring to the table.
Definitely, I think he might be going for those Merc Druids, which is a good call against when you're playing against an Ahri, a Nasus, a Jax, I mean Thresh, Varus, I mean a team full of CC.
Yeah, a very clever pickup.
So, we see Singe once again extending past his turret, and we might see Nasus come for yet another of them. And I'm not sure if I mentioned it before, but one reason that Nasus might be focusing on that top lane so much is if we look at mid, it's Lissandra mechanism, we look at bot, Tristana with that rocket jump, plus the Janna with the whirlwind. He doesn't really have too many options to gank around there, so which might be why he's focusing so hard on that Singe.
Yeah, that's a good call. As well as the fact that Singe is pretty much just proxying his heart out behind this turret, so a very annoying Singe probably wants to give some answer to that. And Singe's CS is just going to keep going up and up. He won't miss very many creeps with this proxy strategy, so... And he's actually got a level on Jax at the moment, almost a full level and a half, so... Very well played by Help Me Back. We saw him play Malphite that first game, and he was very, very good. And we're seeing him play Singe this game, and he's also very effective.
Yeah, so he seems to have a preference for those sort of tanky heroes that can just sit in lane.
Yeah, definitely.
And I believe you're right, he may be rushing that early Blade Rune King. We do see Jax pick up that Cutlass early. What are your thoughts on that build? I mean, I used to play Jax, as you know, back in the PFF team. I used to go for that Trinity Force GA. I've been told, though, by the People's Whisper, amongst others, that build's a little bit outdated, but I still have fun with it. We see Vi coming in for a gank on the Jax here, and they are going to pick up that kill. And a little bit of unnecessary ult, but I suppose he might have wanted to secure that kill versus the, didn't want Jax sort of flashing and jumping away.
Yep, Jax did have Grandmaster's Might as well as Flash and his Jump Strike up, so he could have done some tricky jukes and maybe gotten out of it, but Vi did use the Assault Battery.
Yeah, we see Lissandra going on that Ahri here, but he doesn't manage to pick it up, and Ari's actually re-engaging on him, and he managed to pick up the kill, so very well done from Ahri there, getting that blue buff as well. And Vi actually picked up a kill on Nasus in the top lane when we were looking at mid. So they might actually be going for that second tier 2 top turret, and if they pick that up, that's a really big play for them.
I think they can get it as well. They do have a turret minion, which is horrible timing for the Rig team. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Rig team doing very well.
We see a duel on the Tristana versus Varus here. The barrier comes out. Barrier comes up to Tristana as well. It's going to be very close, but Tristana managed to pick up the kill, so double kill from Tristana there. Nicely done from him. and they do manage to pick up that tier 2 top turret. And we see Ari coming in, hoping to pick up that Singe. I'd be able to. Her ult is down. She does have those dashes, but I feel her damage is just going to be enough. And a nice charm. Yeah, nice charm. Predicted he'd run to the brush that way, so very well done from them there.
Yeah, well played.
I think red team really needed that kill there, because I mean they just lost tier 2 top turret, they lost their top laner and their jungle. And I think Ari's doing a lot of work for their team. If she hadn't picked up that kill in mid, I'd be looking very grim for red team right now. Purple team, sorry.
And Tristana did lose a turret in that last duel, but is now pushing on to Varus' turret. Got it down to below half HP, and she's going to be able to clean that up pretty shortly. She is going back, is setting on 2,400 gold, so it'll be interesting to see what item she does go for, because she could get that Infinity Edge at the moment.
Indeed, indeed. And we do see the Varus has picked up that Blade of the Ruined King, and Tristana going for that Bloodthirst again, so I suppose, obviously, what you want, he's got a build and he sticks with it, and he likes it a lot, so it's alright. I suppose, I know you do prefer that Infinity Edge yourself, don't you, Scott? So
yeah, and that's my item which plays on Tristana, and I play so much Tristana, something like 60, 70 games this patch, so.
And as some of you know, Scott is actually a Diamond 2 player, so his word does mean something when it comes to these 80 carry builds. And we see a little bit of fight go down in mid, but not much happening there. Thresh has picked up an Oracle, so he's just going to be clearing out a few wards. Seems to be wandering down towards Dragons. In fact, Dragon's down, actually, so not too much going on there.
Yeah, they didn't know it was down, however, so went down for the opportunity. Unfortunately, didn't pan out for them.
Yeah, and we see Singe there just going for a little bit of damage onto that Jax. He has picked up that Rylai, so he does have a bit more kill potential now. And we've seen, I don't know, play against Singe is always a little bit annoying as Jax, because once he manages to get that farm, he's very... Oh, we do see a nice charm onto that Janna there, so Ari doing really well. They just pick up a quick kill and back out. And
Singed has actually used his Insanity Pot, does get a nice view down on the Jax. Jax does get flipped. Looks like he's going to go down to Poison Trail, and Singed does pick up a kill in a 1v1 with the Jax. So that's not a good thing for Jax to be losing right now to this huge 150 CS Singed.
Yep, and I'm just going to say now, I did actually call out early game. I said before the game started, a lot of it's going to come down to that top lane, and it has actually seemed to pan out that way. I mean, the lanes, aside from that, seem to be fairly even, but just that Singe absolutely dominating at top, so Hold Me Back doing really well for its team. And we're just going to see Singed happily just wander down into Purple Team's jungle.
Yep, he has so much control at the moment. I don't feel like even if they bring 2 or 3 people that they will be able to catch him. He can just fire that Insanity Potion, fire the Ghost, and walk away quite happily. He's actually face-checking into a Thresh and Ahri, but it doesn't look like they want to do anything about this.
Yep, and just one thing to note, guys. Oh, he does miss that hook there, and he is going to get flung back, and there isn't a 2-1 from him as well, so he's going to die there. I mean, just nice play from Lysandra and Singed. Felt he did get caught out. Oh, actually a nice ult from the Varus there, and he might be able to pick up his kill, and he does. Very well done.
Picked up 360 gold for his effort, but is going to die for it. It was probably worth it to stop that Singe from snowballing so hard.
Definitely, definitely. And that Jax, I feel like Jax really needs to take advantage of the fact that both turrets are down on his side up there, so he really needs to get his farm on. Like, that's the thing about Jax as well. Even if you lose lane early, you can get yourself back into the game. If you do get like a solid 3 or 4 minutes of free farm, he just gets really, really big. And one thing to note as well for you players out there who play a bit of ranked, if you're playing a top laner like Singed and you are pushing very heavily, if we just look at his ward placement there, he's got 4 wards down in the opposing team's jungle, so he's not getting ganked by anything. I mean, when you're a Singed, you're very tough to take down anyway. If you have those 4 wards out, it's going to take at least 2 to 3 players to take him down, and he's just not going to get caught out.
No, he's actually just finished his Mercury trades. He's also picked up his Blasting Horn, so he's going to be finishing that Archangel stuff and eventually a Seraph's Embrace very shortly. Already got 2,600 HP and 145 ability power. He's already looking very strong.
And Jax is moving towards that Blade of the Ring thing slowly. And Vi's actually stolen away the red buff, so that's just going to be a little bit more painful for the Purple Team there. I mean, Jax is heading towards this Blade of the Ring King, but I feel at this point, even if he gets it, he's not going to be able to 1v1 the Singe. I mean, sure, he's got that Empower. I mean, he's got his ult that stacks up nicely, plus Blade of the Ring King, but in my mind, Singe is just going to ult up, turn on that poison, and laugh as he runs away.
Yeah, I agree.
And Thresh clearing out that ward by Dragon there, so nicely done by him. And Dragon's actually come up.
that Oracles is so good at the moment. Going to be able to secure his team some vision and some control, hopefully. Jana hasn't picked up one up yet. She has got a pink ward, hasn't even got a side stone, in fact.
And we see, actually, Ari hitting up top for a gank on that Singed. Are they going to be able to take him down this time? And he has got his ult up, he does have a lot of HP. Nice charm. He's got the Ignite down, so that's going to be cancelling out sort of healing from the Insanity Potion. Nice slip from that Singed there.
And Nasus coming in, trying to get the kill on this Nasus. The ultimate does, the goo does go down. Looks like Singed is just going to walk away.
Nice look by Thresh, nice look by Thresher actually. But he's actually going to pay for that with his life, so...
Bad luck.
Overcommitting a little bit, and we see Vi going for a kill on the stars here. Playing very, very aggressively, and he looks like he is going to pick that up unless something goes horribly wrong for him. And, yep, just the ult to secure that kill. Well done by him. And
Vi's so much damage. Nasus getting flipped into the team, but he's tanky enough to walk away. Has opted to get that Spectral Cowl, that new item, I really like it.
Yep, nicely done. So as he is playing against a Singed and a Lysandra, so that makes sense.
Yep, double AP comps, build some magic resist, does make sense.
We might see blue team going for Dragon here. They recognise one of the players is down, the Varus is down, the Singed, and the Jax are stuck up top, and they are going to head down towards that Dragon. It is watered by purple team, but I think they're going to be able to do anything about it at all. They recognise they're doing Dragon, but there's nothing they can do. Yeah, it's never a good call. Like, the Ahri's wandering down here, but it's never a good call in those situations to try and contest it. I mean, 99% of the time, if you try and contest a Dragon sort of 2v5, all you're going to do is go up kill.
Yeah, not going to have a good time. And everyone's recalling now, Singed has enough gold to pick up that staff, almost fully stacked. 40 more mana and he's going to have Seraphs.
Yep, so...
You also... Yeah, sorry, yeah.
He's just going to be unkillable, basically, once he gets that. He's already given them so much trouble. Once he has that extra shield as well, I mean, feeling sorry for Purple Team.
And something interesting to note is he actually picked up the Distortion enchantment on his boots. And if you guys don't know, Distortion enchantment reduces the cooldown on Teleport, Flash, and Ghost. So he does have Teleport and Ghost, so they're not going to have, you know, the full cooldowns anymore, and he's going to be able to use them more often. So he's going to be that much harder to kill.
And I actually really like that pickup by him there. I occasionally do it on Nasus as well when I run Ghost Teleport. Pick up those Distortion boots if I'm doing quite well. It just allows you to, I don't know, split push. And we do see an ult come down by the Eye onto the Ahri here. Ahri's just going to dash away. The boss come down from Thresh, nicely done by him. And Thresh has managed to survive. Oh, he's going to go down to Ignite. But all in all, I mean, the jungle with the support, blue team probably got better at that. I mean, they are ahead anyway. So actually, Jack's putting out a lot of damage onto this Singed now. Now that he has picked up the Blade of the Rune King, we do see the Ghost go down from the Singed and his Insanity Potion. But actually, he's just gonna run around.
And yeah, the blue team definitely just pushing in slowly. Singed has opened up so much, you know, map presence for the blue team. They pretty much can do whatever they feel like at the moment because so many people have to go and deal with the Singed at, you know, all stages of the game. When you're that far ahead, when you're beating your lane opponent 1v1, when you're taking down turrets, you have to try to answer, and Singed just isn't dying, and it's making it hard.
Yep.
Very hard.
You're definitely right there, and it just means for things like Dragon as well, it just makes it that much harder for Purple Team to try and contest, because if they do send their team down to contest that Dragon, Singed's just going to push all the way through. I mean, that's just the power of his Distortion boots, as you noted as well. His Teleport and his Ghost are just going to be up that much more often.
Yeah.
Which is really, really strong with foot pushing.
So Vi's build really interests me. She's actually got a Spirit of the Elder Lizard, she's got a Brutalizer, Mobile Boots, and she's building a Trinity Force. So that is one high damage Vi. Not much in the way of HP or resistances, but definitely has the damage there. So hopefully that works out for her, because she can go down to, you know, a nice combo and a nice CC chain from the red team. But I think she can also pretty much one-shot the Varus as she's going the game.
Definitely true, and we see red team just pick up that mid turret there, which is good for them. It gives them a little bit more map presence, really. But yeah, that Vi build very, very interesting. I can't say I've seen that before, going straight for Spirit of the Elder plus that Trinity Force. So it's, possibly she's thinking because they have, I was going to say they have a bit more of a tanky top laner in Singed, but he's actually built quite a lot of AP there. So maybe they just want to get that dive onto one of their players and lock them down quickly.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense. Pings are going down. Jada still hasn't picked up a Sightstone or an Oracles just yet, and I feel like it's hindering her team's ability to control this map. Thresh has been good on that Oracles. He's picked up a second one now. He does have that blue Sightstone. Hasn't picked up his Ruby Sightstone just yet. but he's definitely bringing some ward coverage.
You see, Ari's in a bit of trouble. Oh no, he's just gonna get away. But he might. He's just wandered off. And they've actually stolen.
Cheeky damage off as well. Yeah, they do steal that blue buff away.
Yep. So they've done a good job there. And actually, it looks like I've been wrong. Jax is actually doing a lot better with that Blade of the Ruined King than I thought. I thought he might struggle with this Singe, but he does waste Slasher though, and he's not going to be too happy about that, I feel.
No, Singe actually flips Jax and goes under turret. This might be the end of him. A little bit too ambitious. Wow!
Oh, he's got his Ghost in a standing potion and he's just going to run away.
It's just going to walk away, and that must be a horrible feeling for the red team. They had Singe down so low, and
we see them just forcing through bot here as well, pushing very, very hard. They do it with the 2v4, but it looks like they're not going to be able to get too much. Oh no, Triss is just sieging down that turret hard, as Triss does, and actually pick up that kill on Ari. So nice ult from Varus actually catches that Ari up under turret, and Ari's going to go down.
And it looks like the blue team is going to push in.
Sorry, I meant the ult on Sarge there. Sorry, getting my heroes mixed up.
Right. And wow, that's just the power of Singe. They brought 4 people up to try to stop him while he was under that tower. And while they were trying to stop Singe, 4 members of the blue team shoved down bot right up to the inhibitor, picked up a couple of kills as well. So it's like it's like catch-22. Like you're doomed if you do it, you're doomed if you don't. If you try to stop the Singe, you're not gonna get him. But if you let him do what he wants, he's just gonna get too big to handle. So.
Exactly, and the Singe there, I mean, he didn't even have to go back to base after that. He just hung around. Nice play from him there, give him some credit. He just hung around, waited for the team to go somewhere else. And they might actually be going for a Baron here. And that, I think, is a very good call. They are going to be basically uncontested, I think, unless... Yep, it looks like...
Yeah,
they don't have it warded, so I guess they just didn't expect this.
Oh my god. Singe is actually teleporting into 2 people. How brave is that?
I suppose he might have just been trying to distract them from their Baron. Figures if he can pick it up, just make sure, I don't know, purple team's none the wiser, and they do pick up their Baron for free.
And yeah, first Baron of the game has gone to the blue team.
And we see blue team has opened up a 10,000 gold lead now, and they've got Baron. I mean, I'd be surprised if red team can pull it back from here. We're not going to count them out just yet, though. They do have Jax, they do have that Nasus, but it's looking pretty grim.
It is looking pretty grim. Singed at this point in time is nigh unkillable. He's actually got pretty much all the components for Negatron Cloak, and that looks like trouble.
And it's actually the co-cast here with Scott was Roguefire. I don't cast too often, but we have the People's Listed down in Taupo today, so I'm just filling in for him. If you've got any comments at all, just let me know. And we do see Jax going in for, I don't know, going aggressive on this Singe again, but as we've seen before, Singe is probably just going to walk out. And, oh no, there's a knight down on him. Jax might, does he have Blade Ruined King up?
Oh my god, if the Singe get away.
Oh my god, he ran away again.
Just walks away, then Negatron Cloak pretty much saving his life there, and oh my god. The blue team are just like crushing through turrets and objectives, while everyone tries to deal with this unbelievably slippery Singe.
Yeah, I think the team is, in general the team's doing really well, but I think the Singe must be given some credit here for just setting up the game really, really nicely.
Wow.
Let's see if I pick up a kill there. That's a nice burst. He has finished up.
Yeah. It's gonna go down though.
Yeah, it does go down quite quickly. And we see Tristana just pick up that mid tower. And they are going to get a second inhib out of this.
Yeah, some comments coming up from chat from Thomas and David Hahn. We have a new streaming HQ. We actually have a 1080p stream now. We're running 720 because it's easier for New Zealand players to watch. We don't actually have good enough internet to watch 1080p for the most part. But yeah, we do have a fiber line now. So Oceanic Gaming, new highest stream quality in New Zealand. Good stuff.
We see that Ari is dead, so blue team might just try and push through for the win here. I mean, they do have a 3v4. Seems to me like they will be able to pick up at least one turret out of this. Oh, actually, they are backing off. Oh, look at that sick damage from that Triss there. A couple of crits just really blows up that Varus. And they are going to pick up both extra turrets here. And they're just going to back away. Oh, actually, no, sorry. Wrong. They are going to...
Wow,
nice that Jana there.
Melts through the dredge.
And they're putting, purple team putting so much focus onto that Jana, but they just can't take him down, and Singe just trolling away. Picks up another kill.
That's how we do.
Yep, and then that's gonna go down. I'm pretty sure that's game over. Ari doing well there. I mean, Ari has really been the one bright spot for the red team here. Did really well all game, but that's going to be another win for Team HFL.
Yeah, Hated4Life just picked up a win over, and let me just make sure I am getting this correctly. Mr. Briggs, let me find what team he's on. WangasWarriors5 did just lose to Hated4Life, so well played. So yeah, I'm glad you guys are enjoying the stream quality. It's definitely a good pickup that the Irate Pirate did land this fantastic internet connection.
Yep, so let's give a shout out to the Irate Pirate. Setting this up. I'm actually casting from the streaming center at his house, so it's good fun. And once again, OceanicGaming.net. And once again, I'm gonna have to say, the MVP award, Rogue5 MVP award for that game is definitely gonna go to Hold Me Back once again. So twice in a row, good work, man. And I believe we're gonna have a quick break before we get into the next game. I'm just double checking here. Yep, probably about 15 minutes or so. So, oh sorry, about it's there. So if you guys want to take a quick break, now's your chance. And then we'll get right back into the action. But yeah, Sin's just doing really, really well. I mean, he managed to get that early farm, just get ahead of that Jax, and he never looked back. And he was just impossible to kill. We saw over and over again. And NASA spent a lot of time early game trying to take him down, and it just didn't work at all, which really set them back, I felt, as well.
Yeah. Alright guys, so Rogue5 did say we are going on a small break. So I pasted the brackets into chat. That will be updated very shortly as the team just move on. So make sure you guys do stick around, and we'll be getting into this one shortly. So yeah, see you guys soon. Thanks for your support.